Hey everyone, how's it going? This is Zach and I am here with a versus video for you guys. So I will be putting movie up against movie, and both of these movies are indeed classics. And I think both of them are pretty good sequels. So the two movies we'll be talking about for a bit here are Jaws 2 and Jurassic Park: The Lost World. Now, these are both the second movie from each of their franchises, and both the original films were directed by Steven Spielberg, who is one of my all-time favorite directors. He directed the first Jurassic Park movie and the first Jaws movie, and I think both of them are some of the best things that Steven Spielberg has ever directed. And you could make the argument that both movies are a couple of the greatest movies of all time. But for this video, we're going to talk about the first sequels from each franchise. So let's first go ahead and talk about Jaws 2, which came out before The Lost World, of course. And I think that this is a pretty good sequel, and kind of underrated too, in my opinion. I know for some people, they say that Jaws never needed sequels, but I would say this movie is pretty good. I mean, if they were to wrap it up after this one, I think that would have been totally fine. You know, I don't think we really needed a Jaws 3, and we definitely didn't need a Jaws 4, but Jaws 2, I do think, is a pretty good movie and a pretty good sequel too. Of course, Roy Scheider's performance in this is good, and he is a good actor. May he rest in peace, of course. And the stuff with the shark is cool too. Even the way the shark gets killed at the end, I think, is really cool. So Jaws 2, it's got some good things going for it. It's not as good as the first movie, but I do like this one. I still think it's quite good. Now, as for Jurassic Park: The Lost World, this is a pretty good movie too, and a good sequel. Now, when it comes to the Jurassic Park movies, this one is definitely not as good as the first. In fact, I would say that The Lost World is the weakest of the original trilogy of Jurassic Park, but that's not saying much because The Lost World is still a solid movie. I still really do like this one. Of course, you have Jeff Goldblum in this one, and he is probably one of the best actors in all of this franchise, I would say. And this movie has many memorable scenes. Of course, you have that intense scene where the trailer is about to go off the cliff, or that truck is about to go off the cliff. That scene is really intense and one of the most memorable parts of this movie. And then, of course, you have the end when the T-Rex is raging through San Diego. That scene is also very intense and very memorable, and one of the highlights of this movie for sure. And I thought everyone did a fine job on this movie too, acting-wise, and, you know, just everything worked in this movie, and I think it's fun overall. So if I were to choose which movie I like more, Jaws 2 or Jurassic Park: The Lost World, the winner of this video, I gotta give it to The Lost World, Jurassic Park. I just think this movie flows better, and it's more fun overall. It's just, all in all, a more solid film. I think that this is a pretty good movie. Again, not the best in the franchise, but I like it. I think it is a good movie, but Jaws 2 I still think is good, and again, kind of underrated, but I like The Lost World maybe just a little bit better. But let me know what you think. Which film do you like more, Jaws 2 or Jurassic Park: The Lost World? Feel free to let me know in the comments. So with that said, thank you for watching, take care, and have a good one.